And we're back on the recording grind with some more PPL matches versus some more challengers. This one is against... This person had all the presentation. If they wanted to join the PPL next year, they totally would in a heartbeat. Because they said they were hashtag Team BMC, which stands for Big Meaty Claws. As you can see, everything on this team, with the exception of maybe Haircrest, that kind of has a big meaty face. I guess when it megas, it probably has big meaty claws. Anyways, Larry would definitely be proud of this team because everything on this team does in fact have big meaty claws, with the Clawts are probably having the one biggest, meatiest claw of all. So let's see how it goes versus an actual theme team designed around the claw, aka the guy from Inspector Gadget. He would be pretty proud too. But Lead Crustal makes sense, you know, got the Stealth Rocks and stuff going. I wasn't sure if it was a Shell Smash variant or what. I figured I would knock it down to that, and then if it wanted to set up rocks, I would be able to just Rapid Spin and get rid of the rocks on that turn. But it actually decides to go ahead and X-Scissor, which I was not expecting right away on turn 1. But I'm actually going to go ahead and die to the Life Orb Recoil. I figured I would Ice Beam right there. Just to make sure I did not miss Hydro Pump, and also to... I didn't really have any benefit other than just not missing and just only wanting to do 1 HP of damage. I technically could have Rapid Spun, but whatever, you know. I might as well get sure damage on something else in case he wants a Savior for whatever reason, for fodder. I don't know. But NT is usually a pretty safe switch in, what I've noticed all weekend, into anything else that wants to come in, except for Clawitzer. Clawitzer is really, really, really scary. The biggest, meatiest claw on the field. God dang. Look at that. Decided to switch out into my Clefable, hoping it'll take it a little bit better than Entei would. It does. It takes it reasonably well. We also do have to keep in mind, A, that was a crit. B, I am only HP invested. I'm not defensively invested. This actually is an offensive utility Clefable for the most part. It does have Thunder Wave, Soft Boiled, and... what is it? Moonblast and Flamethrower, I think is what it's rocking. But it's a Life Orb one, and it's EV'd in Special Attack instead of HP and Defense or HP and Special Defense, that kind of thing. But I'm actually just staying in here to see how much Water Pulse is going to do without crits, and it looks like roughly a 3-hit KO. So once I'm in a cushy range of HP and I don't get the special attack drop, I'm actually just going to go ahead and repeat the same process after I get a Moonblast in. It turns out he is actually... Was that Shell Bell? The PPL participants do have interesting items. By the way, a lot of them do think that Item Clause is still a thing because that's what it was in years past. So they try to find, you know, different substitutes for different things. And Clawitzer does have a good damage output, so I don't blame them for putting what is it, Shell Bell on that at all. But I get a free Soft Boiled as he switches out to Drapion. Scizor checks it reasonably well outside of a predicted like Swords Dance or whatever. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and switch into it. He's obviously going for the Cross Poison to try to get rid of it because it does sponge up hits from everything outside of that reasonably well. So decided to U-turn out. Bullet Punching would have been a viable option here as well, but he could have just gone immediately back out into... actually, no, Clawitzer was pretty low on HP. Probably would have died. So don't know why I didn't... Bullet Punch right there. I guess U-turning into Entei works out though, because I'm able to threaten it out immediately, but instead he actually decides to stay in and Mega, I think, assuming that he would in fact be faster before he Megas, because it does lose a little bit of speed, but I mean, oh my god, this thing actually has... Well, it's got really big hands, but I don't know if the claws themselves are meaty enough. I'm gonna have to get a judge ruling on that one, because those are some big hands, but some tiny fingers, and the claws are all about the fingers. I don't know, but everything is named Big Meaty Claw, and then a different color for it. So it's got different colors for the Big Meaty Claws. This is a very funny team, but. Right there should be a fairly obvious switch. Switched out predicting the Earthquake, got Toxic instead. Kind of a dead ringer that he might be a sub-toxic Gliscor. I actually decided a nasty plot here predicting the Protect to scout out what I was going to do, but he ends up actually switching out right away into his Crawdaunt to, I think, take the predicted HP Ice right there instead, because he did know what he was doing. For the most part, he just had a different and unusual team. But right here, I'm actually just going to go ahead and... Sorry, I got completely distracted by a text message. You guys probably heard that coming in on my speakers or something. Potentially? I don't know. But get to T-Bolt right here. And Aqua Jet does a lot. off of that thing. I don't think it was, or if it was banded, that I don't know. I don't know what a banded Aqua Jet does to Thundurus, truthfully. But if there is one thing I was not expecting, it was this thing to come back in and actually be able to Aqua Jet itself and knock me out. Because it didn't need to do a lot of damage, to be fair. It only had to do like 10-20%. And it got off exactly that much. So that was definitely a really good twist on the match. I would have been able to knock it out otherwise. But I do still have Gallade. Excuse me. I do still have Gallade sitting in at a good amount of HP, and that being full. I don't know why I didn't Mega here. I'm not sure necessarily what I was expecting. Probably a switch. But regardless, I should have, you know, had them. I guess maybe I thought he was going to go for Dark Pulse for some reason. He really had no reason to. He could have just kept going for Water Pulse just fine. But now that I've Mega'd, I'm just going to end up going for a Shadow Sneak to out-prioritize his Aqua Jet, which I never thought I'd have to say that in a 1v1 versus Klutzer. But that is a thing I did have to worry about there. And Shadow Sneak has been doing pretty good so far. I've actually not been too disappointed by it. Get to go for close combat right here. Knock out the Drapion, who has the meaty claw hair / arms going on because of how he is unfortunately structured. And I think all we have left is Gliscor left for this team. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Zen Headbutt, as I believe he roosts to gauge how much Zen Headbutt is going to do from a +2 Mega Gallade. I almost drop it in one shot. That is terrifying. I know Mega Gallade is arguably not the best Mega, / you know, is not really even merit for OU, but it's really fun. I really do like it. It puts Gallade in a speed tier that is really comfortable for it. 110 is really nice, and its coverage has never really been too bad. I guess the problem is there are better Megas. It got a really good treatment, but other better Pokemon that were better than it before the Mega got better than its Mega after their Megas, if that makes sense. So with the scaling, it just couldn't keep up, but I still got mad love for Mega Gallade on the channel. You guys know that. So anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a short one, but still a fun one nonetheless. So if you guys liked it, you can leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I'm actually narrating this one right before I render the live TCGO I just did, so expect that one up sometime before the end of the week. I'm going to try to shoot for 3 videos a week. No guarantees on that, but maybe like 2 battles and a TCGO. This week's different just because I had the pack opening and stuff too, and I recorded it last week. But that's maybe what I got going on. No guarantees there. I'm still looking, once again, to get more full arts and secret rares on the website. So if you guys do have those going on, go ahead and get in contact with me if you're looking to downgrade them in exchange for more cards and potentially more packs from me. I've got a lot of regular art ones that I'm looking to just get off the hands in order to get the stuff looking nice for you guys. So that in mind, that little TCGO plug going on there, that should do it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.